Okay, g'day again. Right, an update on the boat. Done another major amount of work. Yeah, filling, sanding, punching, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, quick look around. This is the first coat of thinned and stained lacquer. It's a bit sort of patchy in places, so I don't think I'll darken it any further other than to go over it where you've got lighter and darker patches. I might darken some of the lighter patches a little bit, just so it doesn't look as patchy. I should actually have blown the dust off at first, but anyway. So you can see on here, so we've got these lighter patches and darker patches, so I will go over the lighter patches again, try and blend it in a bit more. This was done 2 days ago. The gunnels themselves are a different timber. Actually stands out more in the video than it does in reality. Sort of looks a bit greenish for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's only on the camera. But yeah, that's a eucalyptus hardwood. It's a different timber to the boat itself, which is a King Billy pine. And they're very, very stained. I have rubbed them back, but I think I'll rub them again. I'll rub the lacquer off this again and go over it again with the sander. This is those copper patches. Did it the same as on the back. I think it looks quite nice actually. Quite good, antique-y. So if you scrub them all up, because they're all little dents and things in it, but to scrub them all up, try and make it look like new. It wouldn't look like new. So by leaving it sort of partially clean, I think it actually suits the boat. So these ones here, I haven't done the gunnels at all yet. Anyway, yeah, done the first coat on here. Still a little bit to do. I got a few screws visible, copper screws. I'll dab them with a little bit of stain as well, just to hide them. But you can't actually rub them down. I'll try and screw them in further. It's just, I don't want to interfere with any of that anyway. If you go trying to screw them in further, you like to split the timber or take the heads off them. You could create a whole lot of problems by interfering with that or trying to improve it. So I think it's best to just try and hide them a little bit, just the copper that's visible. Leave it as is. You can see again on here, it's a bit blotchy, a little bit dark and light, so it's only on the camera. Yeah, see, tilt it a little bit. It's sort of probably closer to the shade that it is. See how it gets that little bit darker? The camera's actually making it look lighter than what it is. And yeah, as I mentioned before, you've got all the nail holes for the putty in them, and there is staining all the way around, just weather staining in the timber. You can't, as I mentioned before, you can't rub it out. You can't really do anything with it, and that comes up very dark. So that was the whole reason for putting stain on the actual putty, because it didn't look good having light light putty in the middle of a dark stain, so yeah, stain the putty, so it's sort of, it's just all one sort of a darkness. But and as I mentioned before, that was the whole reason of adding a bit of stain to the lacquer, because in darkening the timber as a whole, it makes it stand out a bit less, or not stand out as much, I should say. So yeah, I don't know why the camera's actually making it. Oh, there we go. It's sort of getting closer to the colour. The camera is making it lighter than what it is. Anyway, all the major work's done now. As I said, I'll go over that again and try and make it a bit more even. Go over the lighter patches with another coat or even two of the thin stain lacquer. Found too, this is an issue if you're ever painting a lacquer that's got stain in it. Like lacquer's generally fairly thick, and you get an issue with that in that any brush marks or runs or anything are really going to stand out, because you'll get a concentration of the stain in it. So by thinning it, you sort of eliminate that issue. It just, having said that, there's an example. Right, as soon as I put the, you can also see, actually I might even sand that again. Doesn't look as bad as it in real life when you put the camera on that. Yeah, that's, you can see swirlies from the sander. That's from the initial rub with the 40 grit. Which means I haven't actually sanded that enough with the 80 yet. So anyway, I'll rub them runs out anyway. I'll brush them runs out very shortly, but yeah, it's only on that one board. I might sand all that off actually. Just that one board. Get rid of the swirlies from the 40 grit. Anyway, so we're getting there. The green still has to have another coat. I'll wait till I'm finished all the lacquer. I'll do that. Yeah, when I've finished all the lacquer, only because the lacquer you don't have to cut it in. You can brush straight over the green with the lacquer. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, you don't want to be cutting in over and over and over. So yeah, when I've finished all the lacquering, I'll give it another coat of green. I won't mask it up this time. You can see here I got to actually scratch some of it off. It went under the tape. But yeah, you need the tape just to get the line straight. But yeah, on the second coat I'll just cut that in with a brush. But yeah, I'll scrape that bit off first. There's the partially clean copper again. That again looks better in reality than it does on the camera. So it looks a bit light. It's actually darker than that in reality. But as I said, yeah, that's where we're up to. Can't see any of these repair patches at all. Yeah, completely hidden now, so that's a good thing. Yeah. There's still a brass strip to go on the top of that. I don't know how many times I've been in town since I took it off, and keep forgetting to buy some new screws to put in that. The original screws, like, it was coming loose, which is, I would have taken it off anyway, but yeah, the screws were only 3/4 of an inch long, which isn't enough, you know, that wasn't adequate to begin with. You know, so I'll be putting them back on with probably 1.5 inch screw. So, as I said, I keep forgetting to buy them, so I'm going to have to write myself a note or something. Yeah, oh, I don't know. This is funny what the camera does. There we go. This is the true colour. That's pretty close to what it looks in reality. Very sort of a goldenish colour. So. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit like if you liked it. Okay, bye.